What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down TYREEK Hill and some of his best routes from the 2019 season so far. I think Tyreek's game speaks for itself, one of the quickest, most explosive receivers in the game, so let's get started. And guys, please leave in the comments who you would like to see me break down next. I'd really appreciate that. Let's get started. So he's going to be running a stop and go here. Let's watch this thing full speed right now, or like a hitch and go, stutter go, however you want to call it. Snaps down, puts his foot in the ground, and then bursts upfield, and then his speed speaks for itself. So the main thing I want you to see is how well he sells this stop right here, this hitch. So he snaps down here with this inside leg. Snaps down with the inside leg first, okay? You commonly see it more so with the outside leg when we snap down. But he snaps down with this inside leg. Now, I want you to see how explosive these hips are and how he brings his chin to his knee. This is the first part of the route, okay? You got the vertical portion of the route, you got the break, and then you got the acceleration after the route, okay? That's the main thing I want to focus on here. So he snaps down, bringing his chin to his knee. This is the most explosive position you could be in at the top of the route. That's right. It's not, TYREEK Hill is a talented route runner. It's not just all speed. Everybody thinks it's all speed. It's not just all speed. Now that second, third, fourth step sells like he's coming right back around. See how it turns? This is going to open up his hip a little bit. Third step turns him back, gets this DB sitting, gets him breaking on this, gets him driving on this ball. Even if, see, here's the power of a snap down and being in an explosive position at the top. Even if he just turns and comes out of this right now, he's still open. This DB isn't making that play if we accelerate out of the ball. That's the beauty of selling the fade and dropping right on a dime. Now he puts that third foot in the ground. See, he doesn't break down and give this slow, choppy turn out of there. He breaks off like a speed cut. He cuts off at this left leg. He's pushing, as you can see, off the inside portion of his foot, and he's pumping those arms, and you see he doesn't look back for this ball until he's open. Even a guy as fast as TYREEK Hill, probably the fastest player in the NFL, if not top two, looks back once he's got some separation from this DB. That's a great job by TYREEK Hill working this stop and go, stutter go, catches this ball, and again, laid hands. He's not going up and catching this thing way up here. He doesn't want the DB to play his hands, even though the DB's not really around him, but it's always working good habits like that, guys. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's coming out, snap down, stick, burst up field, and catch this ball over the top. That's a great job by TYREEK Hill, working that stop and go, working that hitch and go, or not hitch and go, but stop and go, stutter go, however you want to call it. So now he's going to be working a post corner. Main thing I want you to see are his eyes. That is the most important thing about this route. Let's watch this thing full speed. So he's coming out, over the middle, eyes over, stick, and then get vertical right now. And this is a hell of a catch by TYREEK Hill. We're going to talk about that catch later, how you can help your catch over the shoulder, okay? So he's going to be bursting out right here, jab to the inside, or jab to the outside. Nothing too crazy on the release. He knows he's got to take an inside release here. DB is really giving him this inside, nothing too much here. Knows he's probably got help over the inside. That's why this DB's giving him the inside like that. So now, gives his eyes to the quarterback and commits his shoulders to this post right here, okay? That's what we need, guys. Anytime we're working a double move, like let's say we're working an out and up, let's say we're working a post corner, post out, corner post, however you want to say it, we gotta give our eyes, look, sell like we're getting the ball, commit our shoulders, because that makes this DB greedy, okay? He's not going to bite if we don't show him our eyes. See how he kicks up into second gear, and now he's committed his shoulders. He's running over the middle. Now TYREEK, all he has to do is put this foot in the ground and make this cut back to the outside here. So stick, and he's pumping those arms, not looking back for the ball, avoids the contact from this DBC. He's engaging the contact. He's not running away from it. He's chopping those hands off because all he knows is he's got to get those hands off of him. This is a very bad position for this DB to be in. Receivers, we always got to work our hands. No matter where we're at in this route, we always got to have our hands. I don't want to push off, though, obviously. I don't want to get a flag. But in a situation where this DB's trying to get hands on us, we pretend like he's got crap underneath his fingernails and we got to get his hands off of us. And that's exactly what TYREEK Hill does. And this is a huge amount of separation for a guy this fast, and then quarterback puts this ball great over the top. Now on the catch, I want you to see over the shoulder, right? I want you to watch his eyes. He's looking this thing in all the way to the catch, looking this thing in right here. A lot of guys, they'll catch this thing over the shoulder, and then they'll peek upfield, and that's why they have drops. We got to look this thing in all the way to the catch. That's a great job by TYREEK Hill, looking it all the way in, putting it right to the tuck, and then lunging out for the touchdown. It's a great job. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. Selling this route with his eyes, right? Sudden stick in the ground. Get those hands off you at the top of the route, and then looking this catch all the way in. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's coming out, over the middle, give the eyes, stick, get up to the corner, and then catch this ball over the top, look this thing all the way in. That's a great job by TYREEK Hill. That might have been it wasn't exactly this last route. I just want to clear this up. At the break right here, it wasn't exactly, I wouldn't say it's more so of, I wouldn't say it's kind of a post corner. It's not really your structured post corner where you make a hard plant to the outside, come to the post 3 steps, then come out. It's more of like a corner with an inside stem, okay? But he still gives his eyes. He still commits his shoulder over the middle. It's not your basic post corner that you would be used to seeing, okay? It's a little bit different. His stem is angled to the inside, okay? That's mainly what I want to get from that, but his eyes are still so important. Anytime we're working a route, your eyes got to get you some deception, okay? So he's going to be working an out and up here, okay? So now he's just going to be working a little bit of a rocker step to get upfield. He's not going to commit too much to the out, and he kind of loses his balance, but he does a great catch in traffic. Let's watch this thing full speed, then we'll break it down. So he's coming out, rocker step, burst upfield. Now this ball's underthrown. He's got to go up and get this thing, late hands. That's how we catch this ball in traffic. That's how we make a play in double coverage like this. So he's coming out, sells like he's going to the out. You see this first step here is selling like he's just breaking to the out right now. Then he's going to put this right foot in the ground. So he goes left, right. And again, I want you to see his head and shoulder movement, okay? He's pushing off this inside portion of his foot. The weight's always on the inside part of your feet, guys. That's what we need to do. Anytime we're making a move off the line at the top of the route, our weight needs to be on the inside portion of our foot. That's where we're most explosive. And our head and shoulders is just going to get this DB to turn. DB plays this thing great. Runs this route pretty much for him. That's a good job. Tyreek loses his feet a little bit. Now this ball's underthrown. Pretty much double coverage here. Tyreek has to go up and get this thing, right? Now, when we're catching this ball in traffic, guys, I get this question asked a lot. What am I supposed to do? How do I catch this thing in traffic? You don't want to go up with your hands to this ball. Like, you see how he's letting this thing fall right in the bucket. That's what I want. You want to have late hands, because if you go up with your hands and high point it, like everybody loves to say, and there are situations where you do have to high point it. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying when it's a catch in traffic like this, you don't want to give this DB any time to react to your hands, because that's what he's going to be playing. He's not going to be looking back for the ball like a receiver would, right? He's going to be playing you. So you just let this thing fall right in the bucket, and now we're protecting this ball. We have a tight grip on it. We got to be violent to the tuck. You can see Tyreek Hill hovering over this thing. That's how we make a better catch in traffic, guys. We are late with our hands. We let this thing drop right in the bucket, and then we're violent to the tuck to protect this ball so the DB can't make a play on it. That's a great job, a great catch by Tyreek Hill. The route, DB played this thing really well. We could have sold it a little bit more maybe, but he knows the ball's coming up soon, so he's got to get up into this route. So showing late hands, making this play in traffic. That's a great job by Tyreek Hill. This is a smaller guy against a bigger DB. Right? Smaller guy against a bigger DB. How do I win? Catching traffic. We got to make something happen, right? Late hands and then right to the tuck. Protect the ball, hover over it. That's a great job by Tyreek Hill. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's coming out here. Bursting up. 1-2. Burst upfield. Ball's underthrown. Show these late hands. Catch this ball, protect it right now. That's a great job by Tyreek Hill working that catch in traffic. Okay, so he's going to be running a little bit of a whip route here where he's going to have to change direction, sell like he's going inside, then break it back out. Now, this is zone coverage, so he doesn't really beat this DB, okay? DB does a good job staying in his zone, but I want to talk about the form on this route. So let's watch this thing full speed. Coming over the middle, drops down, works back out, now works with his quarterback. That's another thing I want to talk about too. So the main thing is when he bursts over the middle here, you see how he's looking at this DB. He's got his eyes to the outside, and then he's going to sell like he's just going back in right now. Again, your eyes are super important. Your eyes are going to tell lies, guys. That's a great job. Now, he drops here. Now, the main thing I want you to see is how aggressive and explosive his hips are. He's coming in right now. Drop. Shin angles are angled back to the outside. He's pushing up the inside portion of his foot. That's what's going to take him back outside. Tyreek Hill drops again. Chin to his knee. This is a very explosive position. Smaller guys, we can get to the ground. I was one of them. We can get to the ground easier than the 6'4" guy, right? So let's use that to our advantage. Let's drop. Let's be explosive with my hips. Let's push off the inside portion of our foot, and let's accelerate out of this break. If this were man coverage, this is a very hard thing to cover, but it's zone, so I'm not worrying about it. But now Tyreek Hill, instead of just sitting here, his quarterback's rolling to the right. This is Mahomes. This is the first touchdown he had when he came back after his injury. He's working with him. Let's go to this open space. Let's find open space. Let's work for our quarterback. Our quarterback's rolling right. If we got an in-breaking route, let's come back to the outside, okay? If we got an outside route, quarterback's rolling right, we're not just going to run to the sideline. Let's work inside, okay? That's scramble drill rules, guys. So he's coming out, catches this ball, and for a touchdown, it's a great job showing hips. This good route running mechanics. That's the main thing I wanted to talk about there, and how you work with your quarterback when he escapes the pocket. That's a great job by Tyreek Hill. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's coming out here. Break down, drop down, snap down, violent hips, work with your quarterback, roll with him, catch this ball, find open space for him, okay? So now he's going to be running a fade here. Now the main thing I want to take away from this, guys, how quick your feet need to be off the line. Small receivers How fast can you get your feet going off the line? We got to use our quickness. We got to use our size to our advantage. And now I get this question asked a lot. I'm a small receiver, but I'm not quick or I'm not fast. You need to get quick and you need to get fast, okay? Because that's going to be a huge advantage for you. You can't be slow and be small, okay? That's just, you got to get more athletic. You got to work on your quickness. You got to work on your explosiveness. That's the main things you need to work on if you're a smaller receiver. So let's watch this thing full speed, then we're going to break down this route. So he's coming out, fast feet, 1-2 to the inside. DB plays it great, but I want just pure speed. That's just pure athleticism right there. But we're going to talk about a couple things that he does well. So off the line of scrimmage, takes this hesitation step right here, okay? Now, a lesser DB, this move would have gotten, okay? So he's coming here, gives a little foot fire, 1-2. Gives this little crossover to the inside. Now, the main thing I want you to see, his feet are so quick, and I want you to see how violent his head and shoulders are. He's not reaching outside of his frame with his feet. He's not stepping way outside of his frame. That's a mistake I see a lot of guys make, that he keeps his feet underneath him because he knows that's an explosive position. But his head and shoulders is what going to take this DB to the inside or to the outside. Now, this DB plays it well. Sometimes the DB is going to play it well. That's just the name of the game, okay? That's why wide receiver versus DB matchups are so important, and people love watching them because it's just a battle one-on-one. Now, here's the situation. This DB does not have hands on him. So TYREEK Hill knows, okay, I just got to beat him with speed to the outside. But the main thing I want you to see here, receivers, is if we're fast, if we start looking back for the ball too soon, this DB is going to be able to recover because he's fast too. He's not slow. You know, you might play a slow DB and it might be easy, right? But this is the NFL. He's going to be a fast guy, okay? He's not going to be a slouch, and he's a bigger guy too. So what TYREEK does, rather than right here, rather than looking back, he knows Mahomes is going to put some air on this ball. Receivers, quarterbacks, if you're watching this, we got to put air anytime we're throwing a deep ball, okay? There are some times where we're late on the throw, and if we have a cannon, we could put this thing on a line and throw it right to our guys. But in the days of 7-on-7 and 1-on-1s, you see too many quarterbacks holding the ball. We got to get the ball up soon. And receivers, tell your quarterbacks, pick a spot down there, 30 yards down the field, get it up right now, take 3 steps, let it fly, okay? I see too many quarterbacks taking a 3-step drop, hitch 3 times, and then try to throw this thing late, gets picked off, underthrown, PBU. We got to get this ball up early. And so this is a perfect example of that. TYREEK knows Mahomes is going to put this thing right where it needs to be. He doesn't look till he's got him by about 3 steps. Ball's coming right now. He throws it with air, lets him go run it down. And again, look at these late hands. Look how late he's showing his hands. Let that thing drop right in there. Doesn't let this DB make a play on his hands. That's a great job by TYREEK Hill working this fade. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's coming out. I want you to see how fast his feet are off the line of scrimmage. So fast feet, 1-2. Pure speed, over the top. Doesn't look until he's open. Knows Mahomes going to give him some air and let him drop this thing right over the top. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, please leave in the comments who you would like to see me break down next. That would really mean a lot to me. And please subscribe to this channel as well. That would also really mean a lot to me. I'll see you guys next time.